I'm back. Rodrance for the Black and White Network. Well, I think we've all seen the Uvalde footage at this point. And damn, it's appalling. I mean, it is an absolute failure, it seems like, on every level. Yesterday, I watched that press conference, and I mean, I just wanted to throw up during the whole thing. That dude going over, sauntering over to get some hand sanitizer. I mean, I just lose my mind every time I see that. And knowing that they kept parents out of there that were trying to go rescue their kids is even more appalling. I'm just floored. I mean, in my opinion, and look, I'm not a cop. We've always been very pro-law enforcement. We will continue to be pro-law enforcement. But I think, in my opinion, and I've always believed this, I always thought that it was sort of understood that if you signed up for law enforcement, there may come a day where you're facing grave peril in order to save somebody else. And I thought that was just part of what you sign up for. Well, we've got a Houston cop who is just flat a hero right now. And he absolutely understands the nature of what he signed up for, what he agreed to do when he took the position. He's a 20-year cop, and he stopped a mass shooting in Houston, it looks like, at a mall. We need to make sure this guy gets a little love. This is the Blaze. Heroic Houston cop thwarts possible mass shooting by bum-rushing heavily armed man. I had it in my mind I was going to get shot. So he knew. There it was, right there. He had already decided this was the day. This is what I signed up for. And I knew what could happen, that this day might come. And here we are. And he took action. A Houston cop is being lauded as a hero for thwarting a possible mass shooting at a Texas mall. The worrisome incident took place in February, but Houston Police Sergeant Kendrick Simpo is just now speaking about how he may have prevented a massacre. On February 5th, Simpo was working an extra job at the Galleria Mall in the Houston's Uptown district when he received a call about a man wielding a rifle near the Macy's retail store. Simpo and a security guard rushed towards Macy's, but along the way there was a dance competition inside the mall with hundreds of children and adults. Jesus, that could have been a nightmare. The crowd was only a few hundred feet away from Macy's. Quote, I didn't know there was a dance competition with little kids going on at the Westin Ballroom, so I didn't pull my weapon out because I didn't want to be running towards the Macy's area, which is past the ballroom area, with a gun out and startle anyone. Simpo told KTRK TV. Simpo, 41, scanned the mall, identified the suspect, later identified as Guido Herrera. Hope that's right. I don't know. The suspect, Scumbag. He was later identified as Scumbag. The suspect was armed with a rifle in one hand, a Bible in the other, wearing a shirt with the Punisher logo on it, with leather mask and spikes. And I saw this guy right here. Guys, I own this Punisher shirt. I'm a big comic book fan. I'm a huge Punisher fan. And I saw this shirt and was like, Jesus, I actually have that shirt. That's kind of nuts. Quote, I knew if a person did have a rifle and they were inside the mall, I was pretty much outnumbered because all I had was a handgun at the time. My handgun and his rifle, I was already at a disadvantage. Simpo, who worked off-duty security guards at the mall for nearly a decade, fearlessly engaged the suspect. Quote, I could possibly be shot and it was going to hurt, but that's when the fight or flight kicked in. I decided to fight, he told the Houston Chronicle. Quote, I quickly bum-rushed and tackled him. My first reaction was to make sure that I get a hold of the rifle. No matter what I grab, make sure I grab that rifle, Simpo explained. I had it in my mind I was going to get shot. He's on video saying this. Let's go.
I definitely know what I signed up for 20 years ago. When I decided to get in this profession.
Sergeant Kendrick Simpo never hesitated on the morning.
And you know what? That's the thing. I wanted to play that part because he just comes out and says it. He says, I knew what I signed up for 20 years ago. I had it in my mind I was going to get shot. I had to just bear with the pain. I knew it was going to hurt. And I was like, I will do whatever I do, I cannot let go of this rifle. Simpo overpowered Herrera and forced the rifle upwards to prevent anyone from being shot. Others helped pin down Herrera, and he was arrested without a single gunshot fired. Law enforcement found Herrera carrying a rifle, a handgun, and 120 rounds of ammunition. There it is right there. However, Herrera did not actually point the weapon at anybody or fire the weapon, so it was only charged as a misdemeanor. Wow, okay. Then on March 18th, Herrera went to the Houston FBI headquarters. He demanded to meet with the director of the agency. He had a gun in the car during the exchange with authorities. Herrera was again charged with a misdemeanor because he did not fire the weapon or point the firearm at anybody. Simpo, quote, I definitely know what I signed up for 20 years ago when I got into this profession. And that's exactly the point. I mean, look, this guy is a hero, but more importantly, bigger picture, he knew this day could arrive where he was going to have to go right at a shooter knowing he could get shot. And he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He deserves a lot of credit for that. He does. But he also did his job the way it's supposed to be done. I just, every time I see that video in Uvalde, and look, that kid shouldn't have had a gun. It's on his parents, as far as I'm concerned, too. I mean, look, your kid was a total freak. He was a total freak with obvious, in my opinion, obvious mental illness going on. And you did nothing about it? I mean, make no mistake, these issues are not about the guns. They're about the mental illness. And it's got to be, look, if you got a loved one and you know, look, even if you're a parent, I know it sucks, but if your kid's a damn freak, if your kid's a damn weirdo, you know something's wrong there. The last thing you should ever do is give them a gun if you know they're not mentally competent. Plain and simple. Law-abiding citizens that support the Second Amendment, you don't ever have to worry about this sort of thing. You don't. They're mentally competent. They're there to protect in case of something like this going down. We saw a Good Samaritan. I'll probably do a video on that. That stopped a massive incident at a mall, I think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now.